Hey everyone, and welcome back to another news alert. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and thank you so much for tuning into Boyd News. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more updates like this. And feel free to support me on Patreon or buy me a coffee. Links are in the description below the video. Alright, so I have a breaking news report out of Russia just coming out today that the Saratov Oil Refinery in Russia's Saratov Oblast has apparently closed its operations due to multiple Ukrainian drone attacks this week. The refinery was just attacked last night by Ukraine, as shown in the photo on your screen. The facility is still burning today after last night's strike. It was also attacked this past Tuesday. Let's go over this new story here on your screen. And it says Russia's Saratov Oil Refinery shuts down after recent drone attack. The primary processing unit at the plant, with a daily capacity of about 20,000 metric tons of oil, may remain closed until the end of the month, as reported by Reuters. Okay, so we've got oil operations shutting down here at the Saratov Oil Refinery. Again, it was just attacked last night. This was a picture coming out from that area during the day, as apparently this fire was burning all the way into the midday, and apparently some major damage was done over there. So we got attacked last night on Thursday night going into Friday morning, and then also just back on Tuesday, it was attacked again, and apparently that attack was much worse than what happened last night. So we'll be talking more about this. I'll show you guys the confirmation article regarding this story here in just a moment. We also have reports of a loud explosion and a fire that broke out tonight in the Voronezh Oblast of Russia. We have a new video coming out from that area that may indicate a possible attack by Ukraine on a defense bureau that tests rocket engines for the Russian military. On top of that story, a gas station was also reportedly blown up by Ukraine in the Belgorod Oblast. Aside from that, I have a few updates out of Ukraine to share with you. Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the president of Ukraine, made some very major statements regarding the Ukrainian military's capabilities. We will go over that also in a quick update about Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. So lots to cover. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. We're going to hop on over to a mainstream news report. This is going to be with Ukrainska Pravda. It says Russia's Saratov Oil Refinery has stopped operations since November 11th drone strike, according to Reuters, being reported today on November 14th, 2025. The information says the Saratov Oil Refinery, owned by Russian energy giant Rosneft, has stopped primary oil processing since it was attacked by Ukrainian drones on November 11th. The sources told Reuters that the refinery may remain halted until the end of the month. Ukraine has intensified long-range drone attacks deep inside Russia in an effort to disable the oil refineries, depots, and pipelines that provide Moscow with a key source of war funding. Ukrainian forces reported on Tuesday that they had struck the Saratov Oil Refinery, causing explosions and large fires in the area. The refinery was also attacked on Friday. A large storage tank caught fire at the facility, according to the sources, and a video posted on social media that purports to show the strikes on the plant. And it says here, quote, the sources said the crude distillation unit, CDU-6, the plant's single primary processing unit, could be damaged by the strikes. Its nameplate daily capacity stands at around 20,000 metric tons, or 147,000, barrels of oil. Okay, so a major oil processing unit could have been hit here this week, either last night or back on Tuesday. That's why they're having to shut this place down. And according to Reuters, it could be shut down until the end of the month, which right now it's currently November 14th. So we're looking at approximately 2 weeks that the Saratov Oil Refinery could be halting operations, at least especially on that major processing unit. So that's going to be huge losses for Russia and their economy. And it's also going to impact the Russian military as well, and obviously cause more fuel shortages inside of Russia. All right, so let's go ahead and hop on over to X now. I've got a few things to share with you guys over here. We'll start off with the battlefield. The Saratov Oil Refinery is still burning after being attacked by Ukrainian kamikaze drones. Got a couple pictures to share with you guys here, like the one on your waiting screen when you came in. Clearly, there was a major fire that broke out over here, was burning all through the day after last night Ukrainian drones struck this facility. You can see some of these smokestacks here also indicating this is the Saratov Oil Refinery. That is on fire. You can see another one right there like we had for you guys on the waiting screen. So clearly did get hit last night, still burning today throughout the daytime. Now, visionary breaking, something very serious is happening in Voronezh. There's a strong fire at the Chemical Automation Design Bureau territory. This is one of the main centers of Russian missile engineering, where engines for rockets are tested. The causes of the fire are currently unknown, local media wrote about the arrival of Ukrainian winged missiles an hour ago. So, as of right now, at the time that I record this for you guys, I haven't seen any reports of Ukrainian drones going into Russia just yet. So, I'm thinking it's highly likely maybe this was Ukraine carrying out some sort of missile attack onto this defense plant. I've got a video for you guys about 40 seconds. Take a look at this real quick.
Это просто звук, это вообще невыносимый. И это не вертолет гудит, в том-то и дело, у нас тут все небо озарено очень сильно. Путь к отсюда вообще там просто жуть. А что там? Посмотри, какое зарево.
Вообще.
Что вообще творится? Пойдем.
Ну, интересно, куда ты убегаешь? Почитай, может, в новостях что.
All right, so we sure have been seeing a lot of missile attacks inside of Russia coming from Ukraine recently, haven't we? We did hear back in August that very soon Ukraine was going to start carrying out massive attacks across Russia with missiles. We're starting to see that more and more every day. It was just last night Ukraine carried out a cruise missile attack onto the port of Novorossiysk. And then also striking the Saratov Oil Refinery. Who knows if that was a missile that may have carried out that attack as well. But now this one with these reports of a possible missile attacking this defense plant that tests rocket engines for the Russian military. As soon as I get more details on that, I'll let you guys know, or maybe we'll bring it up tomorrow in our main update video for the Russia-Ukraine war in the morning. Now military news UA in the settlement of Maslova, Pristan. Belgorod region, a drone attacked a Rosneft gas station. Okay, this is something we actually see quite a bit inside of the Belgorod region. This is just over the border from Ukraine's Kharkiv region up in northeastern Ukraine. And inside of Russian territory, we see a lot of these gas stations being attacked many times by FPV drones is what Ukraine attacks these with. So it looks like they knocked out another gas station over here. Just wanted to share that update with you as well. This happened during the day today in the Belgorod region of Russia. Now, Max 25, Zelenskyy says, long Neptunes have proven themselves in long-range sanctions against Russia. He says, quote, Russia will not be able to turn a blind eye to war more often. Now it is loud enough, and it is clear what is really happening because there are our Ukrainian completely fair responses to everything that Russia does against us, he added. So what he's talking about here is the fact that, they've got their own missile capabilities now. Now, maybe they don't have as many missiles as Russia does, but they do have capabilities, and these are growing more and more every day. And something that I've mentioned on this channel so many times is the further that this war goes along and Ukraine stays in the fight, they will get stronger and stronger defense-wise, and also their capabilities to strike deeper into Russia will grow, and we're starting to see that. We're starting to see more missile attacks directly onto Russia. We saw Neptune missiles being fired on the port of Novorossiysk. We've been hearing about Flamingo missiles being used inside of Russian territory also. They've got Ruda missiles, all types of different capabilities to strike targets over there. And I think that's what Zelensky's confirming there, that Russia cannot hide much longer. Whereas back towards the beginning of the war, they could strike Ukraine with all these missiles, and Ukraine couldn't really respond other than with maybe drone attacks. Well, that is changing now the fact they've got all these different missiles. Now, Noel reports, Zelenskyy says we are preparing to strengthen our aviation capabilities. A strong historic agreement with France is in the works. We will finalize it soon. So here's what I'm talking about. Not only are their missile capabilities growing, but now their Air Force. We keep hearing also that on Sunday, I believe Zelenskyy is going to be heading to Greece to try to get as many Mirage 2000 fighter jets as he can possibly get from Greece. And then on top of that, I think they're trying to seek some air defense systems like Patriot batteries or something like that. But on top of that, yeah, they're apparently working with France right now to try to get more aviation capabilities, okay? They're probably going to get some more fighter jets from France is what I'm thinking. Maybe they're going to get some Mirage from them also. We also know that at some point they want to get Rafale fighter jets. We'll see if that ever is going to be the case. And then on top of that, we know that Ukraine is working with Sweden right now to get Gripen fighters. So very, very big news. They're going to have some huge capabilities when it comes to their Air Force here very soon. Now, finally, Max 25, Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant under threat of blackout again. Today, the plant again lost power from one of its two external power transmission lines, a 750 kilovolt line at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, according to Dniprovska. Currently, the plant receives power for its own needs from only one power transmission line. So here we go again, back to a major danger at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. We just heard about this over the last month or so, that all the power was completely cut off to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, and they were actually running it on generators. Diesel generators were powering this entire facility due to what was being claimed as the Russians attacking multiple power lines that were cutting off the power to this facility. That's very dangerous, right? If these diesel generators happen to no longer function and keep many of these reactors cool, we could have a major nuclear incident over here. So that's kind of the major concern. And then on top of that, with all these strikes being carried out very close to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, we could obviously have something very dangerous happen over here. So it looks like we're down to one power line once again with the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. They just barely got these repaired. I think they were down to 0 lines, and then they were up to 2. They had 2 power lines connected here over the past couple weeks. Now again, back down to 1. So hopefully we don't have a major disaster happening over here. Just want to give you a quick update out of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. And guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in for today's update, and hope you all have a wonderful Friday night out there. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think about all these details down below in the comment section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.